Good morning. We are live. It's another Monday Mindset. Looking forward to talking to you guys today about morning routines. Really want to pick your brain on if you have a morning routine, what is the best morning routine things that you do, because we're all trying to improve. But also, are morning routines BS? Meaning everybody talks about them. If you've spent any time in the entrepreneur space, in the motivational space, especially in the content side of it, you're going to hear people talk about, hey, you got to have a morning routine. You got to wake up super early. That is the key to success. Is that actually true? I'm going to talk about my experience today when it comes to morning routines. I want to hear your experience. But before we do that, I'm going to see you on the other side of this intro.
There are no bad businesses. There are just those people who don't know enough to see the opportunities in the work they're in. If there seems to be no future or opportunity in it, it isn't always because it's not there, but perhaps only because we can't see it.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm going to try to go live on my Instagram here. I usually do, but for some reason, my Instagram is messing up on me. I might be able to get it. I might not. I don't know. We'll see. Let me pull this down real quick. Hope you guys are having a terrific start to your morning. I want to talk about morning routines today. So I think like 48 days. This is my 48th day on 75 hard, which anybody who's done 75 hard, chat in. Would love to hear if you have completed 75 hard. It really has shown me that, hey, I thought I was consistent as a person. Like I thought as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, as someone who prides himself on, trying to be the best version of himself, that I was consistent. There's a big difference between consistency and doing something every single day. So you might be consistent in going to the gym like 3 days a week or 4 days a week. You might be consistent in reading, maybe, 3 days a week or 10 minutes a day or something like that. But when you have to do something every single day, rain or shine, and it doesn't matter how you feel, doesn't matter if you're sick, doesn't matter if you're traveling. Like I've gone to Barcelona on this 75 hard. I have had a kid on this 75 hard, which has been the biggest challenge yet, is actually having the kid and being able to keep up the routine because little William is up every 2 hours. Poor mom has to deal with it. I'm just there for moral support, as they say. Okay, so I got my Instagram up. Let me see if I can go live here for everybody. Awesome. So I want to talk about morning routines. Do you have a morning routine? Good morning to those who are joining in. If you are on Facebook and you're commenting, make sure you let StreamYard show your comments so I can see who you are. RN, great to see you. Really appreciate you guys joining in. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Oh, it's her birthday as well. So happy birthday. Awesome. Those joining in on Instagram, great to see you. We're going to talk about morning routines. Do you do a morning routine? Are morning routines BS, right? Because if you've spent any time in the entrepreneurial space, in the motivational space, you have heard people say to be successful, you need to have a morning routine. You need to wake up early, right? At the crack of dawn, you need to wake up. You need to be ahead of everybody else. Is that actually true? Have you found that to be true in your experience? I am curious, do you have a morning routine? So if you're on Instagram, chat in if you actually implement a morning routine. And a routine is something where you have habits you have formed that you do consistently every single day. So do you have habits that you're implementing, things that you do consistently every single day as a morning routine chat that in on Facebook here in the Insurance Syndicate group as well, because I want to see our morning routines a lot like, what do you call it, New Year's resolutions, where people set them, but then they never keep them. I don't know if you've had New Year's resolutions like that. So I am a big routine person. If you ask my wife, she would say I'm kind of an extremist because I have like an on and off switch. And when I get on, that's just all I can do is I kind of dive in. I'm a morning routine person. I'm on the 75 hard. I usually wake up, to give you guys an idea of my morning routine. I get up usually about 4:15 a.m. in the morning. Every morning except the weekends. The weekends I let myself sleep in. I usually get up by 6 on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday. But my morning routine is pretty much 4:15 every single morning. From there, I am outside doing my outside workout for 75 hard. And then when I'm doing my outside workout, I'm usually listening to a podcast. In the gym is where I get my insight, as they call it. I listen to podcasts. I usually listen to audiobooks when I'm working out. That's kind of how I feed my mind. And then from there, I'm usually back home after my workout outside and then going to the gym to do a little weightlifting, come back, able to wake my daughter up, spend a little time with my daughter, Evelyn. By that time, it's almost time for my first meeting. Oh, I did leave one thing out. At 5 a.m., my team, there are certain members of my team that like to jump on a 5 a.m. call every single morning. And so at 5 a.m., I usually pause in my workout if I'm running or lifting weights, and we do a quick 5 a.m. call. It's usually a 5-minute call where somebody has brought a motivational thought, a motivational quote, and trying to just get us pumped up and focused for the day. So we do that at 5 a.m. Then we jump off that call, continue our workouts, and then set out on the day. I'm usually at work on my first meeting by 8 a.m. And so my morning routine consists a lot of really getting up early, exercising, and getting some form of, I call it education, some form of insight for myself on just bettering myself, bettering my knowledge. But I want to share with you a morning routine that I've been trying to practice over the last couple weeks. And I got this from Jay Shetty. So if you don't follow him, he's awesome to follow online. Go check out his stuff. But it's a morning routine that I've been trying to follow, and it's an acronym called TIME. And the TIME, I'll walk through each of the things of what TIME stands for and what you can implement. And I actually am a firm believer that you do not have to get up early to be successful. I have met very many entrepreneurs who do not get up at the butt crack of dawn, and they do not get up early, and they're extremely successful. You don't have to get up early to be successful. What I do tell my team, though, is you must be disciplined to be successful. You must have discipline to be successful, meaning you are able to do things over and over again, whether you feel like doing them or don't feel like doing them. You have that discipline. And a morning routine is something that can create discipline in your life, right? So when you go and put yourself through this hardship, my wife asked me, why are you so insane and want to do 75 hard? Like, why do you do this type of stuff? And I go, I do it because it helps me get focused. It helps build my confidence in myself that, one, I can complete things that I say I'm going to complete. And then two, it builds discipline in me. When I say no to things, it builds that repetition, that discipline. It's like building a muscle. When I break myself down, when I break the muscle down, it builds stronger. And that's kind of what a morning routine does for you. And I'm a firm believer, if you're not lazy and you take advantage of the morning, meaning if you get up at 4 a.m. and you just sit there and scroll through TikTok and Instagram and you just watch TV and you don't really do anything that's super productive or bettering of yourself or your business, why get up early? Sleep is more powerful for you. But if you get up early at like 4:15 and you actually spend that first couple hours to try to improve yourself, man, over the course of the year, if you do this for like 365 days, do you know you gain like 30 days on somebody? So if I get up, so Joe, I see you on this morning, man. Thank you for your comments. Appreciate you, brother. So if I get up at 4:15 a.m. and Joe doesn't get up till like 7 a.m., and I do this for 365 days a year, do you realize that I gain 30 days of action on Joe, 30 days of where I'm actually putting in more to myself and to my health or whatever it is than he does? So I think it's a leg up on your competition when you actually implement a morning routine. But I'll be the first to tell you, you don't have to get up early to be successful. You can be successful without getting up early. Some people are night owls and they stay up late. So here's the morning routine that I'm trying to implement right now that has been pretty effective for me that I want to share for you. It's in the acronym TIME. So TIME. The T stands for thankfulness. So when you get up in the morning, and if you are a follower of Dr. Joe Dispenza, he has great content on just the neuro side of the brain and how we tend to think and how that turns into our thoughts, or our thoughts turn into our actions. He talks about the normal human being, which is all of us. When we wake up, when you wake up and you're conscious, what happens is you immediately start focusing on the things of your past. And oftentimes, the things of our past that we focus on, he talks about, tend to be the negative things, tend to be the to-do list items that remain, the things that immediately set us into almost this hamster wheel mentality, this anxiety mentality. He said, watch yourself. Next time you get up in the morning, where does your brain go to? And he goes, most human beings, what they do to drown this out, you know what they do? When they wake up and they're immediately starting to think of their to-do list, they're starting to think of all the things from the prior day, they're starting to get on that hamster wheel, they immediately try to drown it out. And what do? They pick up their phone and they start scrolling through TikTok, scrolling through Instagram, scrolling through Facebook. And that's a way for them to be able to feel connected and not have to focus on the things that are on their to-do list or the things that maybe are in the past. And he says, most people, they start their day that way. Instead, when you start your day practicing thankfulness, right? Thankfulness is the art of gratitude. If you actually study gratitude, which I've had some people on my podcast to talk about the power of gratitude, I've read some books on the power of gratitude. It is wild when you look at these studies that it not only improves, obviously, your thought process, right? But it actually improves your health, both your mental health and your physical health. It's actually shown to improve your sleep when you practice the art of thankfulness, when you actually start your day, and not just generic thankfulness, not just I'm thankful for the air and I'm thankful for, the world and these type of things. I'm talking about specific thankfulness, things that you actually hone into and go, what am I actually thankful for in my life? And it gets your mind focused on positive things. And if there's one thing that has played out to be true about successful people, you know what they say it is? It's optimism. Successful people have this degree of optimism about their future, about life, about what they can accomplish. They have a healthy degree of obviously worry and looking at the competitors, but the truth is they're very optimistic of what they can actually obtain. Thankfulness puts you in that mindset of optimism. So that's one thing I'm practicing every single morning now when I'm doing my run is I'm trying to think about, okay, what am I thankful for specifically? And why am I thankful for that? And starting the day off that way. Second thing I look into is the I. The I is insight. So T is thankfulness. The I is insight. What does this mean? Where are you getting your insight from? What are you feeding your mind? And if you think about it this way, think about when you wake up every single day in your morning routine, you know what you're doing? You're putting on your armor for the day. You are literally a warrior going out into the battle today to fight for your family, to fight for your business, whatever it is. You're going out to fight. You got to put on your armor every single day. What is the armor? Man, when you practice the art of thankfulness, when you put on the armor and actually feed your mind with things that educate you, that uplift you, that bring you up, that empower you, that give you confidence. Do you know confidence so oftentimes comes through preparation and knowledge? When you don't feel confident in something, it's because you don't have knowledge on a subject matter. When you don't have confidence in something, it's because you're not prepared. I play piano, right? I play piano in my church usually every Sunday. And when I'm not confident in my actual playing, it's because I'm not prepared. I haven't put in the practice. But if I've practiced and I know the song inside and out, guess what I have a high degree of? I have a high degree of confidence. So when you invest in insight every single morning, knowledge, whether it's through a podcast, an audiobook, actually reading something, and you feed yourself with good things that uplift you, you actually are strengthening yourself. So when you come up against adversity in the day, when you have a need, you're an entrepreneur. Guess what you need to be creating? Content. When you have a need in content, guess what? You filled your cup up. So you can go to that cup that you filled up and it's overflowing and you have ideas and things to share because you've been feeding your heart and mind. You can't give from an empty cup. So if you're not focused in the morning of getting some type of insight in your life, of feeding yourself with good things, you're not going to be able to overflow that to others and you're not going to be strengthened and have that armor on you. So the I stands for insight. That's one thing you need to focus on. The M stands for meditation. So I was never a big meditating or meditator, or however the word is. Like I never was really super into meditation. And I'm a believer, so I would pray, but I was not someone who would like intentionally just sit down and go, I'm spending this time to pray. And I've really focused on that, and am starting to focus on that now in my morning routine. And I already see the effects. And here's why, when I did some research on meditation, one of the things that I'm not super in tune with is the conscious mind versus the subconscious mind. What do I mean by that? Well, have you ever gotten in your car and driven to work, and you show up at work and you don't remember driving? Has that ever happened to you? So put that in if that's ever happened to you. You literally driven to work and you don't even remember driving there. That's the subconscious mind taking over. So you are literally doing an activity that you're not even consciously doing anymore. It's so built into your system, whether it's your neurological system, your routine, your habits, that you're not even focused on it anymore. I'm not super in tune with, hey, what are the things that I've just done because it's how I've been hardwired to do it. And I've done it for years and years and years. And it's literally in the subconscious mind now. It's not even in the conscious mind. How do you get from the subconscious mind to the conscious mind? How do you make sure that, hey, the things that you're doing subconsciously that you don't even realize you're doing anymore, that you get it to the conscious mind so you can think about it, that you can improve it, that you can get rid of the things that you shouldn't be doing? Meditation is a way to do this. When you meditate, think about what you're doing. You're literally sitting still. You're commanding yourself to just sit there and be. You're trying to get rid of all the sensory things that can come in and distract. What do? You close your eyes, so you're not seeing all the things of the outside world. A lot of times people will put on some type of music to try to drown out that sensory of sounds coming in, right? You're not supposed to be eating anything or smelling anything necessarily, because you want to try to focus on, hey, the actual thoughts that you're having and why you're having those thoughts. And Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about it as tap into the actual operating system of your brain. 95% of what a human being does every single day is routine. Do you know that you have 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day? 60 to 70,000, and 95% of those are just routine-based thoughts. You get out of the same side of the bed every single day. You probably go get your coffee the same way, or you brush your teeth, or whatever it is that you do. You drive to work the same way, right? You do the same things over and over again. It's the subconscious mind that's just been developed. You need to tap into, hey, what am I actually thinking? And that gets even deeper. Your thoughts dictate your choices. Your choices end up creating the result that you get, which ends up creating the emotions that you feel. So when you actually get in to spend some time meditating, so to spend some time focused on going, hey, why is it that I feel the things that I feel? What is it that I'm actually trying to accomplish? Whether it's meditating on your goals, meditating on things in your life that you're trying to improve or you're trying to understand, it is a super powerful thing that I have found that has helped me tap into things going, why do you actually believe that, Luke? Why do you actually think that thoughts? And if you're a fan of Tony Robbins, he talks about limiting beliefs. There are limiting beliefs right now that you have that you can tap into and break down to get you to the next level. But you got to recognize them first to be able to do that. Praying for me has been my meditation, because obviously I believe in God. And so being able to pray and sit there and actually think and pray about what I'm actually experiencing has been super powerful. So that's what the M stands for. And then the E is kind of obvious. It's exercise. So you're going to practice thankfulness. You're going to practice the art of insight, feeding your mind. Then you're going to practice meditation, and then you practice exercise, getting movement. There was a study that just came out. You can Google it. I think it came out in March of this year. And they have now shown in this study that exercise is 1.5 times more effective to cure anxiety. And I shouldn't say cure, to help anxiety and to help depression, greater than actual counseling and the leading medications for anxiety and depression. I'm no doctor, right? Go research it yourself. But I know the effects of exercise in my own life, for my own confidence, for my own abilities. right? And so if you look at that and you go, man, if you feel any form of fear and anxiety, and if you're an entrepreneur, you feel that all the time. And if you don't, I need to get what you're on, because geez, you feel that anxiety and pressure all the time. One way to help overcome that anxiety, to overcome that fear, is through exercise. So that's the routine that I have been practicing, is time, TIME, thankfulness, insight, meditation, exercise. Those are some of the things that I'm trying to put into my life to feed me, to make sure that I'm the best version of myself. Why? Because again, I'm going into battle every single day. And I need to have confidence. And my confidence comes from my preparation. And if I wake up every single day and I set the tone of the day correctly, guess what? When I face the adversities of the day, the fires of the day, I don't have to be reactive, and I don't have to let them control my emotion or my thermostat. I get to set the temperature of where I'm going to live and where I'm going to be. And that is done in the morning, versus me waking up and being controlled by my day, controlled by the things that are happening. So hope this has helped you. Hope this encourages you to get a morning routine, because I'm a true believer in morning routines. I don't think they are required to be successful, but I believe it not only strengthens you, it teaches you the art of discipline, which is required to be successful. You must be disciplined in order to be successful. And go ahead and start practicing thankfulness, insight, meditation, and exercise, and watch how it changes your life. And if you need a challenge to do it, like I oftentimes do 75 hard. Do a 30-day challenge for 30 days. I'm going to do this no matter what, no matter how I feel. I'm going to wake up early. I'm going to do these things, and watch the power that it has, not only on your mind, but on your physical state and how you feel. So let's go out. Let's have an amazing week. It's Monday. This is a Monday mindset. Crush it for yourself, for your family, for your clients. Let's go win today. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for joining.